All right, this is Steve Geischer with Parts Now, and I'm going to give you your Parts Now tech tip of the day. I have an M602 printer here. Most recent series are on the market right now. It replaced the P4015 series. Before that was the 4250 and the 4200, back to the 4100 and so on. But talking about this guy, there's two things I want to address. First off, you probably run into that on this machine and its predecessors. A loud grinding noise coming from the back corner over here by the fuser. Wonder what could be causing that. If you've worked on these machines before, you know what that is. We're going to talk a little bit about that and the symptoms of it, but more importantly, and probably what's more valuable to you, is how to avoid that grinding issue in the first place. And it's a common tech mistake in the field that's causing that grind at this point in time. So, what's going on? Let's go to the back half of the machine here on my M602. It's going to spin the machine around, and in the back here, if you've ever done a maintenance kit before, you've taken the fusing assembly out, right? That's what we're going to do. So in this one, I've got the dust cover that needs to come out of here. You may have a duplex unit installed in the back. Get that off to the side. Open up the back door. And in the back here, there's a little hole here for the finger to go in. You kind of go in with your finger and you kind of pop a little pin loose. That pops that loose. I got a pin on this side. I've got a pin on this side. It helps to hold it all in place. Put that off to the side. And now I've got to look at my fusing assembly. So with my fusing assembly inside here, you've done this before, right? Take out my fusing assembly. I've got the blue clip down the bottom here that holds it in. And I can put finger up on top and the finger is up on top, blue clip, pinch, and I can slide my fusing assembly out. Yeah, I've done this before once or twice. So looking at my fusing assembly, I've got these gears on the side. And here's part of the problem with that loud grinding noise that I keep ending up with the gears. This guy is going to start getting chewed up. Why? Because it's getting chewed up against the guy on the inside here. What am I talking about? My fuser drive gears. That loud grinding noise we're talking about. Notice inside here, you can see this gear that's up in the corner there? Well, that gear up inside there starts getting damaged, and I'm going to explain why it gets damaged here shortly. A sure tell clue is look down at the base here, down below that gear. When you start seeing a little pile of dust forming down there, like a little volcano or a little mountain full of just a pile of dust, that's a sign that that gear is getting all chewed up. Now, you may have fixed this in the past by, hey, I replaced the fusing assembly and the grinding went away, but temporarily, and it started coming back after so many thousands of pages. I can't keep replacing fusers like this. It's expensive to do that. So how do I ultimately fix it? Well, fix at that point when you see the dust pile, you've got a fuser drive assembly that needs to be replaced. A lot of the people in your, who don't have the experience on the machines, that might be the time to get somebody who knows machines well. Let them do the work on this because it's a major task to replace that thing. You're pulling off the covers, you're pulling out your formatter, you've got cables that need to be taken out, you've got this power supply that needs to come out and a lot of other stuff. You got to do it right. And that's even just to get to those gears inside there. So I'll let you decide if you want to do it. First time you do it, if you've never done that before, expect at least 2 to 3 hours if you're following the instructions right. And if you've done this before, I've seen people rip through this in 20, 30 minutes when they really get good at it, okay? Not too many people like that in the world as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not one of them, all right? Anyway, the more important question here, how do I avoid this in the future? How do I keep this grinding problem from happening so I'm not taking this machine and go, oh great, now what do we do? Let's pack it up and put it in the room with all the other broken machines until we have time or resources in order to fix that, which we know they never seem to come, right? So here's what I do. And here's the common mistake that people will make when they're doing this. They're going to install the fusing assembly, right? I just installed the fuser. All is good, right? Put the covers back on, back door, and everything's set to go. Always double check. Here's what's causing it. Notice if I take my fuser now, nice and tight on this side, and I pull it. Whoa, that was loose. That didn't clip in. Notice there are 2 clips here. One here, blue, one here, blue. This guy wasn't clipped in. So if I've got this guy not clipped in, or even on the other side, notice I got play here. And what's going on are, I've got those gears, when it's clipped in tight, those gears mesh nice and tight when they're turning. That's good. When those gears don't mesh tight, they're running off the tips. And that's not good, because what are they going to do? They're going to grind the heck out of each other. That's where your grinding noise comes from. That's from where your little dust pile comes from. So how do you fix it? Whenever you install a fuser, maintenance kit, take it out, look at it, have to replace it. Always give it a push. That's good. Push. There was that click to put that second one in. So there is your Parts Now Tech Tip of the Day.